Hello there YouTube, Leapmaster here with another video review. This time I'll be taking a look here at the high grade 144 scale G-Exes from Gundam Age. And as you can see here, this is the G-X. It's a very nice looking model kit. Looks an awful lot like Optimus Prime. She's even got the Prime head right here. The ears that Prime usually seen with. Even the beam sabers can look like there's smokestacks coming out from the top. I really like the way this guy looks. He's got a great aesthetic going on. Very sleek looking, but I don't know. All these angles are just make me happy. Alright, for plastic colors, as you can see, he just comes molded in two. Well, three, technically. But the two main ones are gray and white. And I like how the gray breaks up the white monotony that is in the arms right here. But on the legs, it's all white. And some gray on the hips and gray in the knees that you don't see until you bend it. And some gray feet. So, very nice actually. I do like the way it looks. And the colors, all be them two colors, are pretty good. Now he does have quite a few stickers. There's some green, metallic green on the head, back of the head, and those cover up the other molded color piece, which, let me grab the tree right here. And then I snipped this tree off of the A plate, but this is the only other molded color piece you get, and it's this like green color. Whoa. Green. This is really weird looking, maybe minty green color. I'm not sure how you look at this. But that's the color of the eyes, and it's eyes and the forehead camera. Not the back of the head. Where is it, the back of the head? Can't remember. But the eyes and the forehead camera are that same color, so all you really need to do is line the black on the eyes and you'd have a green colored piece, but I still use the sticker because I can. You also get black stickers on those square pieces right there, on the inside, on the front and the back. Nice use of a gray piece on the inside of the shoulder, by the way. Black stickers on the skirt here and on the back. Black stickers on the backpack. Black stickers on the inside and the outside of the legs over here and on the back. And I believe that's it for stickers. Now then, for his articulation, he does have quite a bit. His head's on a double ball joint, so he can move forward and come off completely. So forward and back, up, pretty good. Down, really good. You can look into his own chest. Side to side, and it can rotate pretty freely. His arms can move forward and back, similar to the Ages joint that's in there. They move up and down, rotate. Arms can move out that far, so all together like that. And I gotta say this right now, there is a problem here with the arm. Whenever you move it, it pops out. Because that shoulder is really close to the joint, and every time you move the arm around, it... See? So it's coming out. Look at that. Right there. So that's a problem. But, you know, only a minor gripe. But yeah, his arm goes out. Rotates below the shoulder. Bends at 2 points of the arm. But it's weird. You kind of have to get the top joint moving before you, like as you're moving the bottom joint in order to get the full bend. Because the blockiness of the elbow will block it. And then, when you straighten it out, you see there's a gap right there. You gotta push it back in to cover up. It's weird. It's got the double jointed elbow, but it's not as easily used as, see, the Age elbow is. And his hands are on the ball joint. They rotate and wiggle. His torso is on a ball joint. Moves side to side really good. Forward and back a bit. And ball joint to the hips. Rotates. And the backpacks on ball joints move forward and back really good and wiggle about. So that's nice. his front skirts on ball joints when molded together. You can snip them together. I don't suggest you do, because when I did, they became so floppy that I dropped them onto the ground like this. I plopped them down and both of them came out. I've since added globs of super glue on them, and they're still, like if you can hear that, they're still pretty loose in there. But they don't fall out anymore, at least. So be careful with those front skirts. The side skirts on a ball joint, they can rotate and wiggle, polycap ball joint, and they have some nice molded in detail in there. If you can see the missiles, at least I think they're missiles, I'm not sure. Back skirt's completely stationary, but he's got the age hips that can move forward and back, like so. And then he's got the, see, barely touched that. He's got the peg hips and took the ball joint off again. Let's leave that off for now. So they can move forward, back, in and out, rotate, bend at the knee at 2 joints. I really like that bend. It's you get a pretty full bend, and the knee armor is separate. So, and you can see what I mean by you can see the gray at this point. Put the skirt back on, and his foot is on the same connection joint as the HGs. Well, not same, similar. Actually, I'd say it's more like the double O's. Just a peg that goes in, that can rotate, and forward and back, and a ball joint at the foot itself, move forward and back, and good side-to-side movement. So, this guy's pretty good in the articulation department. And the detail is pretty good too. I've panel lined him a little bit, quite a bit. I usually don't panel line my kits before I review them, but I just could not wait when I got this guy, so... And so he can get some pretty good action poses on, and he does have an action base hole right there in his crotch. Now then, for his accessories, you get quite a few. You get an open left hand. You can swap in and out, just standard looking left hand. You also get his rifle. I think it's a Dots rifle. Same as the Age Gundam. It looks just like it. This looks like the pistol part of it, and the part right here. It even has a moving handle that can move out the side, and the side mounted scope. But it doesn't move. The only part that moves is the handle again. It looks like a modified version of the Dots rifle. That's all I can say. And in the anime, he actually fires it and it does damage to the UE, unlike the beam spray gun that their Genoese and other units used. And he can hold it. It's a pretty long ass weapon. Like, just to get an idea, here he is holding it to the ground and it almost touches the floor. Like, if you angle his hips right, nope, it touches the floor. It touches the floor if it's holding all the way down. So that's one long beam rifle. And he also has the weirdest mounted shield I've ever seen. You get this nice big shield, huge shield. It goes up to about the chest of this guy. You see he's only got a handle on it, so and a tiny peg. And what you do here is you can take the hand off. Well, I've already switched it, but this is how it's supposed to be normally. And you can see there's a little slot right back here. You pull that off, place it aside, and now there's a hole in that gray piece. Put the hand back in, and really it doesn't matter how you do it. This way, this way. I like doing it this way. It looks stupid either way, but it goes in and it'll slot in there and peg into that hole pretty well. So he holds that really well. And you see he does have the wolf insignia on it. You do get 2 of those decals, so you can give one to something else and have wolf with his custom insignia. Because if anybody's seen episode, I think 13 already, you can see a whole bunch of these suits by the guy that made the G-Exes that look an awful lot like the G-Exes. Just different heads and shoulders, and obviously no insignia. So I can see somebody customizing this thing into those same suits, just taking the head and the shoulders, changing them up, because even they had modified Dots rifles, not quite this big, but the same one that the regular Genoese was getting near the end of the first generation in episode 13, I believe, as well. That's right, they gave the Genoese a gun that it can do something with. I was surprised too. But he can get some pretty good poses on there with his huge shield and huge rifle. But that's not all, because he does come with his beam sabers. His wolf fangs, if you will. And they are kind of his signature attack. Wolf is seen using them more than he does his beam rifle. They do just peg into the back. And you can hold them. They are differently shaped. See that type of tip right there? And they do have two clear pink beams. They're just regular sized beams. I kind of wish they were oversized or at least thicker or jagged in some way to show more of a uniqueness to his beam saberness, because they are his signature attack. These are his babies, essentially. He likes to dish out pain with these things, and you can see he does get quite a bit of good pose options with the beam sabers. They do look nice, and his poses are not limited to just like standing there looking awesome poses. He can do his like, I just sliced through an enemy, so now he's gonna fall apart pose. I personally like the crossblade looking aesthetic. So, alright, so that's about it for the the G-Exes. Let's do a comparison with Wolf's old kit. Well, old mobile suit now. And here he is standing next to the Genoese Custom, which I believe they are re-releasing as a recolor as the Genoese 2. I will be picking that up because I love the Genoese, and look at that, he knocked over the G-Exes. But I love this kit. This is an amazing kit. Go pick it up. Either this one or the regular Genoese. I'm going to get the regular Genoese eventually, but I love this thing. But as you can see, he does keep the average white motif going on here. So, looks nice. And it's the same exact insignia on his shield. I think they just repackaged the same sticker sheet because there's two of them. But, yeah. I was kind of disappointed, though, that they didn't bring more of the Genoese Customs design over to the G-Exes. Like his bayonet weapon that I've painted silver here on the bottom of his beam spray gun. I was thinking they might have done something like that to his rifle, like, I don't know, maybe giving him like a small beam dagger or something down here, like maybe not exactly a heat bayonet looking weapon over here like this, but something, I don't know, something to bring over the Genoese aesthetic, because I really do like the Genoese Custom, and it's just really neat looking. But where was I? Oh yes, G-Exes and the Genoese Custom. Both of Wolf's kits, both of Wolf's mobile suits are really awesome. Personally, if you had to choose one, I'd say go with the Genoese Custom. Mostly because of my bias towards this amazing kit. If you don't know much about this guy, go watch my review on him. Go watch somebody's review on him, because he's an amazing kit. This right here is still, whoops, my favorite of all the age kits that have come out so far. All the age high grades, anyway. And I really hope it gets made into a master grade. So that's my review of the G-Exes. Go pick him up if you want, but definitely pick up the Genoese. But that's it for me. Catch y'all later.